Hello, this is Winston Cunningham. It is August the 6th, 2023. And what I want to talk about is the question. The most important thing is the question. The second most important thing is finding an answer to that question. And the third most important thing is next question. This is the whole routine. And you do this over and over until you understand all there is to understand about yourself. So, my job, as I see it, I like to make people say, huh? I want them to pay attention to what question they have in their mind. In fact, a lot of times I'll just ask somebody, what's the biggest question on your mind right now? And usually they'll be surprised because they're not really thinking in those terms. So I'm working to stimulate people to address the questions that they have. If there's a bunch of questions and you pour it all in a funnel, what comes out at the bottom will be more coalesced into a key question. So always keep a key question in front of you. And if you are serious about the question, you ask it within and release it. And what will begin to show up is how to find the answer. Your own soul, your subconscious mind, will make the connection for you. So you don't have to do a lot of looking everywhere, under every rock and all of that stuff. All you need to do is look within and begin to work with your partner, your soulmate, which is your own soul, your own subconscious mind. It's not some magical thing that people talk about. It's just what it is. So the more you can, and when you meditate, you are actually enhancing or causing this relationship with your own soul to grow and to be more meaningful, so that together both can be in line with the spirit, which is above, and the heaven part of you. That's another story. So the question that you insist on finding the answer to will serve you. This is the way I found the School of Metaphysics. And I got this understanding. I already had the understanding because I knew that what Jesus was saying was true. I just didn't know at the time. I just didn't know how it fit together. But I knew that when he said, if you want to know something, you ask. I knew that was true. There was no question about that. But what I knew from experience, now I understand probably from previous lifetimes, is that I knew to ask within rather than somewhere else, because everything was given to me in the beginning. Everything. Nothing is left. I've got everything inside, and so do you. So ask within, look within for the answers. That's what meditation is listening within for the answer to your prayers. Your prayers are answered through your own soul, because your soul is connected with everyone and everything. And there's no distance between minds. So your subconscious mind reaches out and brings to you whatever you're searching for, because it has access to all of that, which is a part of you, so you have access to everything. So when people saying, woe is me, they really misinterpreted what they're doing here. And, it feels a little funky to start with. That's part of the just getting your attention. It's just, when we were being created, there was a lot of fun things that come into play, I'm sure. Otherwise, a man and woman wouldn't feel so squirrely at times toward each other. or the relationship is interesting. But all women, and I love every one of them, all women represent my own soul, the different parts of my own soul. So when I see a woman, I get excited because I'm seeing another part of what's within me. Now, they may not understand that. They may just think I'm a little silly the way I'm looking at them. But I love them. And that's the reason why. And if they don't understand that, well, it's okay. I'll smile at them anyway. But anyway, the question is everything. When you can clarify your thoughts into a key question, you are actually implementing an intention, and the intention behind the act, not the act itself, the intention behind it is what sets into motion what you will experience, or another word for that is karma, which seems to be punishment, but it's not. It's the law of opportunity. Because if you don't yet understand it, you need to see it again. And this is all. You're going to see it again and again and again until you understand it. And if you're running from it, you don't get away. So stop running. Just be still, and you begin to know this one. So the question, now, let me tell you how I found the School of Metaphysics. I was 42 and I'd reached the point where I examined many things and read books and had some vivid experiences along the way. But I reached a point to where I said, okay, I know there's a system available that will help me to understand how all this works and give me a way to get a handle on some of it. And I was talking within myself. I said, I don't care where it is. I don't care what you call it. I want it. But it's what I said next that caused it to become real. I said, I will have it. And that's what it takes. Not just what your curiosity is not enough. You got to be serious about wanting an answer, and you got to say, I'm going to find it. And that's when you find it. Because that's when the School of Metaphysics showed up, and all the questions that school and church didn't even address, it was just all laid out in front of me. I didn't have to read 1,000 books to know where to start. And so I appreciate the school. It just as my teacher said, just do these exercises and see what happens. And boy, I did. I did the exercises because I was ready. I was ready for it. And you didn't have to ask me twice. And by doing the exercises, my consciousness began to expand, and I began to see clearly many, many things that I couldn't understand before. That's because I was closed off from them. I didn't know that I was closed off. I thought I was paying attention, but until you start doing concentration exercise, you don't really know what paying attention means. I'm serious. And the key word is pay. So by paying attention, these 10-minute concentration exercise every day, the meditation every day, the visualization every day, and so on, memory exercise every day, not some days, every day. This causes an expansion of consciousness. As Albert Einstein put it, a problem cannot be solved by the same level of consciousness that created it. So the answer is in expanding consciousness, because the problems you find yourself in on this level, you're going to experience the same thing. So you've got to expand yourself, which concentration and meditation does for you. It just takes work. And this is different than what I heard in religions. I mean, you don't need work. That's crazy. And I found out the truth by practice, not by conjecture, not by what I'd heard, but what I experienced. And I began to, the question is even more important, related to my growth, especially early on in school of metaphysics. When there was something I didn't quite understand, and there was a lot of that, reading through the lessons, and I said, ooh, and I want to understand that. So by implementing the intention to understand it and release it, I found that within a couple of days, an experience would show up that would show me how these things work. No question. My experience showed me how. And my own soul constructed the experience. It's my partner. So I ask the question, my soul helps me find the answer. We are partners. So the question is the big thing. So don't pass off a question. Just if you got a bunch of questions, just pour them all in a funnel. And what comes out will be coalesced into a key question. The question,